And I'm going to teach you how to use a TIG welder today. And to start, you need to have your big welder, your gas, a foot pedal that controls power and heat, and a torch that releases all of whatever your foot pedal controls. And to hook everything up, you need to first start with a ground wire and plug it into the bottom port that says work on it, and then connect the electrode or the handle to a metal surface. The next thing you need to do is connect the wire that has your torch on it and plug that into the port that says electrode, and you just plug it in and twist it to the right so it's all nice and snug. And then the next thing you need to do is turn on the welder with the on-off switch up in the top right corner, and then you need to control your gas and turn it very slowly so that it doesn't release too much air at once. And then you just turn it on all the way from there. And then the next thing you need to do is make sure that this value is within 16 to 20. And then you're all set for the setup. So we have to start with safety equipment while welding, and all of this stuff must be worn while you're welding or you can get serious injuries to both your skin and your eyes. So first you have your heavy-duty jacket, which protects your skin from light and burns and basically hot surfaces from the weld. You have safety glasses, which should be worn at all times inside of any lab, and that protects your eyes. And then you have gloves, which protect your hands from heat from the welding, because of how close your hands are, you need the protection. And then you have your welding helmet, which is the most essential, which blocks out the high amounts of light produced, so your eyes don't get hurt. So now we have to start off the welding. This is the torch, and on the inside of the torch it has this electrode made out of tungsten, given the name TIG welding. It's tungsten. So what that is needed for is to create the arc with your electricity when you're very close and in the process of welding. This is the filler metal that allows for the actual weld to occur. And so in the process of welding, you have to start with the welder at just above the metal, like probably 1/16 of an inch. And when you're welding, you push the foot pedal in, and you start doing circular motions, but don't push the foot pedal in all the way, just like 80% maybe. And that causes your torch to start heating up and giving the power. And you want to do little circular motions or arches where you just go back and forth in little half moons. And then every now and then you want to start including the use of your metal. So when you're doing your circles, you just tap the metal in and have it melt just a little bit, and it causes for a weld. And it'll put the two pieces of metal basically together in one singular. So while you're welding, you have to worry about two things. One is the power not being high enough where you aren't getting a deep enough weld when you tap the filler metal. The other thing is when you're doing it, you don't want too much power or you'll burn a hole through your metal also, and that's just not good. And then one of the main issues that you would come across while TIG welding is when you're hovering over your metal, is if you touch the tungsten to the metal, it causes some weird messed up things to happen, and you have to replace the tungsten or resharpen it so you get all the iron that you just melted onto there off, and you should be okay after.
again.
So with this instructional video, I hope that everyone can perform a safe and successful TIG weld in any workplace at any time. And if you need any help, then you should probably ask a professional on anything you don't know. And safe welding.